Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Jacob here for the JTwoH channel. Almost called myself JTwoH, even though that's me, baby. We have a family video, a closing family video haul. So if you guys know, you listen to any news source, or especially if you listen to the podcast, which you should, link in the description, we've talked about family videos closing worldwide, nationally. They are done for. Way of the future, I guess, unfortunately. But I went ahead and took advantage. I went the night of, so they started, oh shit, 2 Wednesdays ago, 8th maybe it was the week after, 13th, around then, 10th or 11th. Someone should correct me, or I'll correct myself, put it in the link. Anyway, they started selling all their inventory. My local family video started selling all of their inventory, so I went night of. Unfortunately, it was a Wednesday. I work about a half hour away from mine, work half away from where I live, and then I have to come home. Anyway, met some buddies there, I checked out the stuff, and I bought all but one of these the first time. The first one is the DVD, so I'll actually end up showing it first. But I got a huge stack of stuff for next to nothing. Next to nothing's a bit generous. Got a bunch of stuff, bunch of great stuff. So yeah, let's dive right in. And first, before we dive right in, I want to just, I'll talk about it throughout. I want to talk, family video to me, man, I love family. Now, I grew up, by the time I was able to rent stuff myself and able to understand the process of movie renting, Blockbuster was pretty much toast in my area. So it would have been around 04, 03, a little further back, or they just weren't in the area. Because I have very fond memories, and I still have VHS tapes. Let's see if I can show you here. Oh, they don't have it in here anymore. VHS tapes. Be Kind Rewind. There's a family video. It's got the family video stuff still on it. So when they outsourced all of their VHS tapes to DVDs, I was in there as a youth, as a kid, buying all the VHS tapes. So I have very fond memories of purchasing stuff from family video, but also just renting stuff. I mean, my family would always, on the weekends, when I was at my dad's house, he'd let us rent stuff. We'd have movie night with my parents on my mom's side, and we would rent stuff from there. So many memories. Yeah, I remember buying the VHS tapes. We would go to the lake, and we would, on lake days, this would be in the summer when you don't have school, but we would stop at Family Video on the way home after we'd get like slushies and stuff, and we would get, they would let us rent stuff, and I remember renting like Backlash 2004, which is a wrestling pay-per-view, and Bad Blood 2004, which I own over there. But I remember renting those because they were two of the early wrestling stuff that the Family Video had. But I rented those like every other week for like 3 or 4 summers, like, because that was what they had, and that was what Family Video was. And they would get the new stuff, and I remember like having to bust in there on Friday night when we were allowed to go in there to try to get the new releases, because they'd have so many copies, but everyone would want to rent the new releases because streaming wasn't a thing. They weren't in theaters. You didn't want to just buy the movie. Sometimes, parents would buy the movie, or I would, depending on what movie it was and how old I was. Fond memories of buying stuff secondhand. A lot of my collection, especially the first time I had a YouTube channel, not this one, but even some of these, when I upgraded to Blu-rays, especially when I upgraded all the stuff to DVDs, like Dinner for Schmucks I bought from there, 2 of the 3 Hangover movies, Guardians of the Galaxy, Rogue One. I bought all of that stuff from a family video. Like when they would sell because they'd buy so many new releases, and they'd have to, dwindle them down to put like 1 or 2 on their shelf, and they'd put them up for sale for like, I usually wouldn't spend more than 10. And then like the first time I ever drove a vehicle, I drove to a family video, and I bought the season 1 of the Amanda Show. I don't know why. I think it was because it was $1.90, and my mom had that much change in the vehicle she let me borrow. But yeah, I'll never forget family video and how much memories I have ingrained, not so much in that specific building where it is now, where it's leaving. I have a family video haul here on YouTube from when the other one, about a half hour the other way, when that one closed and just cleared it out. I bought way more titles at that one. I thought about buying a shelf, which I didn't do this time, mostly because of the room. But yeah, just like so much love for family video. So I hope it I hope it not that I hope it knows, but I'll just never forget. It'll always have its place and purpose in my life. And I've been rambling for 5 minutes about how much I love Family Video. It's gone. I probably should have worn my Family Video shirt, but I have one, so you'll see it in future videos. But we'll get to the haul now. The first thing I want to show is actually the thing I grabbed the second time. I've been in there now twice. The day of, and then I waited a week and a half, that Friday or Saturday. And the prices hadn't been going down, but I figured, A, this goes for decent money, and it's something I probably would have bought day one had I still been that big of a UFC fan when it came out. But for $1.99, I bought Ronda Rousey Breaking Ground, which is cool because it's the Anchor Bay, when Anchor Bay and UFC still had their relationship, or Anchor Bay was still a thing. I don't think they're a thing anymore. Ronda Rousey Breaking Ground. So this was $1.99. I only bought one, so it was $1.99. If you buy two, they're $1.50. But it was cool. I have really fond memories of when I was in high school. I would rent the UFC events, the ones I didn't get to see live. I would rent the discs from Family Video, and it was cool because the UFC. I don't know if I showed the discs, but it comes with the insert. That was the point of me opening this. It was cool because the UFC events were free releases because they were considered sports and fitness. And I don't know if you guys notice or remember, but or knew this. The kids section was free. All the kids movies were free, which means they were scratched to shit. I didn't buy any of those. But the sports and fitness section was also free. So like the yoga and like the what the hell are those things? Kegel exercise. All those like yoga ball, Billy Blank stuff was all free. But also they lumped these in. So I would rent the UFC events for free and just watch them. It was awesome. They'd always get the new releases. One of my vlogs a couple months ago, I actually bought. It's actually on that shelf. Where am I pointing? The shelf down there. I bought a UFC event because they're putting it on sale almost 2 years ago. So I'm telling you guys, Family Video I was all about the Family Video. Right before they ended, I was. I don't know if I ever announced this on the channel. I was a social media influencer for Family Video, which I think towards the end everybody was because they were #SaveTheVideoStore. But I was a few months before then, which is why I started wearing Family Video shirts in my videos. And we'd get discounts, and they wanted us to go in there and promote the brand. Towards the end, there was a few video games. Even myself as a gamer, not a gamer, I wanted to play, and they weren't getting. And I'm sure the writing was on the wall for a long time, but I figured they'd survive in bigger cities. And I thought they'd survive during the pandemic because everyone was at home. I mean, they were open. Go rent videos. But everyone really didn't want to leave the couch and just streamed away Family Video, and it's gone. So, anyway, the rest of this stuff is all from the original purchase. Yeah, I could have saved that till the end, but it's a DVD. I didn't want to end on a DVD, especially considering some of the goodies I got. But we're going to check out the rest of these. So I got 2 DVDs, several Blu-rays, several 4Ks. Several. So let's check it out. This one again, this is all from the original visit. So this was $1.99. Actually, there's a story for this one. There's $1.99, but I got 2 of them. So it was actually $1.50. That's how these stickers work. So this is the UFC 173 and 174. Now, I say it was $1.99, but they rent each disc out individually, so it was going to suck because each disc would have been, it would have been $1.50 because I bought 4, but $1.50. And I was like, oh, $3. I mean, it's still, I was going to get it either way because some of these later Anchor Bay stuff, I think the last one they put out was $180. $180? Yeah, $180. There's a dual pack of $180 and $179, or $180 and $181. These go for pretty stupid money because it was the last UFC events put on DVD. But I got up there. I was going to buy them either way because UFC 173 is a very special event to me. And 174 too. UFC 173. So this disc would have cost $1.50, which is 173, 174, and they put the prelims of both on one disc. But he said, I can run a promotion, and I'll give you the whole thing for $1. So I got all 3 discs, which normally would have cost $1.50 a piece, for $1, which was awesome. And for those wondering, UFC 173 was, Brow was a huge underdog in this fight Dillashaw. Brow was never an underdog. Dillashaw was a huge underdog in this fight against Barao, and he won, like, the biggest upset in UFC history at the time, not anymore. And it was the first UFC fight night where I went to B-dubs with my now wife, the first event, so it's been a minute since she would go with me. And then 174 actually was on the night of my best friend's 21st birthday, and actually got me the job at a Buffalo Wild Wings. The manager sat down at our table because we used to go there so often, and got me the job. So it's cool that life events can revolve around these UFC events, and usually they do. They're either very fond of me, or there's something life that happened and makes me pay $1 for a DVD. But hey, now I can watch these, which you have Fight Pass and I have ESPN Plus, but for $1. Plus, I could always flip it. They're worth, I wouldn't say like deep money, but significant amounts. This next item, I cannot believe I didn't have this. I'm kind of ashamed of myself, because I love this comedian, and I love this set. I've watched this so many times, and probably quote it for the most part. Is this an early Lionsgate? It is a Lionsgate. That's crazy. Chris Farley, Saturday Night Live, the best of Chris Farley. I can't believe I didn't own this, just for whatever reason. I never bought it. I've rented this probably from that family video, this specific disc, a few times. There's great stuff on here. Obviously, the motivational speaker, the Chippendales, the Chris Farley show, Lunch Lady, that was the big one. I love that one. But the motivational speaker is probably easily the most popular, maybe the Chippendales, but awesome stuff there from an absolute legend. Still have to check out his Blu-ray. I do own. I am Chris Farley, but it sounds like it's uber sad, and sometimes you're just not in the mood for that. So that's it for the DVDs. Next up, the couple Blu-rays I got. This first one I got specifically because of the cast. We have Marshall, which is one of Chadwick Boseman's, I want to say this, but I can't guarantee it. I want to say it's one of his last performances, but even if it's not, it's just one of his films I haven't watched yet. So, whoa! Marshall here. Now, these are from Family Video, so this doesn't come with a Blu-ray, DVD, or digital. It's just Blu-ray. But for $2.99, I only bought one of these, so it's $2.99. I could watch it once. That's how much I'd pay for a code or to rent it on something. But it also got wow, it's been a long day. It also has an awesome cast: Chadwick Boseman, Josh Gad, Sterling K. Brown, who I always remember is the guy from This Is Us, and Kate Hudson, who is underneath the sticker. But I don't know what this is about even. I saw Chadwick Boseman and the rest of the cast, and I was sold. So, Thorogood Marshall. Oh, I remember this being advertised. I almost said aired, but you know what I meant. Next item you will see, if you haven't seen it once already, you will. Depends on how I arrange these videos to air. But I bought this just to watch it because I had heard about it so much in 2020. And then sure as shit, the Blu-ray went on sale on Amazon for dirt cheap. So I have 2 copies in this room. Irresistible. So I paid $5.99 for just the Blu-ray. And then they put it up on Amazon for $4.45 with everything. So I bought that copy just to get the Blu-ray code, and now I'll get rid of these. I might eat some money on the price, but I don't really mind. And I love, is it Rose Byrne? So you got Steve Carell, if you can't tell. I'll show you. Steve Carell, if you can't tell, that rhymes. And Rose Byrne. Is it Byrne or Byrne? I honestly don't know. Rose Byrne. Rosebud. There. Oh, and this one it's $5.99, but it was $5 because I actually bought 2 at this price. And the second item, I'm much more happy with that purchase, which was, segue please, Marriage Story, the Criterion Blu-ray. Oh, I was going to show something, and I don't know where I put it. That's all right. Anyway, the Criterion Blu-ray release of Marriage Story. Now this movie it's a rough movie to watch, and I don't mean that like it's bad. It's super. I think this got Oscar buzz, and I don't pay attention much, so feel free to correct me if you're one of those people. I feel like it got Oscar buzz. I obviously love these 2 actors, Kylo Ren and Scarlett, or Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson. But if you've ever been part of a divorce, one of my friends has been through a divorce, and he can, what's the, not a simulate, he can, whatever, I'm just going to go simulate, with that, but I've also been through divorces as a child, I think it's little Charlie. Nope. Charlie is, anyway, it's been a while since I've watched this, but, like, from the kid's perspective, and it's brutal, man. It makes you, like, I remember watching this afterwards with my wife, and I was like, we gotta, like, watch something, like, corny as shit and hilarious, because this one brings you down, and it's so realistic and so raw, and the scene where they argue, and, Adam Driver, hitting the wall, dude, that's rough. It's so well acted, but, dude, it's rough. Like, man, I can't remember what the kid's name is. Charlie, Nicole, I don't know, but awesome to have this. $5, totally worth it. This was actually on my wish list on Blu-ray.com. So glad I snagged that. Pretty cool snag for $5. You don't see Criterion's much. You did it towards the end of Family Video, but definitely not Blu-ray Criterion's. The other one they had was The Irishman, but they didn't get the Blu-ray. It was just the DVD. And they didn't have a price on it, so I probably could have gotten it for cheap, but who knows. And all the rest of the items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items are all 4K, so we're 16 minutes into this. The first item I bought, these were all stupid price. The last one's the only one I spent a little more money on. But they still have the stickers, only buy this if you have a 4K TV. You gotta have a 4K TV and a player. I bought this. I don't love the movie. Some of these I did buy to resell, if I'm being 100% honest. But I don't recall this one. I don't see this one often with a slip cover. So I wanted to make sure it went into the right hands. The Hitman's Bodyguard. So you got Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, Gary Oldman, and Selma Hayek. So look at all the stickerage on this. Obviously the for sale sticker, HDR sticker, which is normal, bonus features, but this is a Family Video sticker. You must have a 4K player and 4K TV to enjoy this movie. These stickers are awesome. Most of these will be able to get off, but I'm keeping that one because that was how they put that on the rental cases, so you wouldn't have people renting them who have just a DVD player or even a standard Blu-ray player, because not everybody understands. Not everybody's like us, the gurus of physical media. And again, this will just have the 4K disc, but for $250, because I bought several of these, so it was $250. It was an okay movie, especially for that price. Not bad, I'll say. Now this one, I have a feeling, is terrible, and based on everybody's understanding and reviews and kind of like everybody at this, not everybody at the store, my buddy at the store was like, good luck. This one is the cheapest I've ever seen a 4K in my life. $150 for Night School, Kevin Hart and, what's her name? Tiffany Haddish. $150, not much I can tell you about that one. Comes with a slipcover and the 4K disc for $1.50, $1.99, whatever. Couldn't pass that up. I mean, $1.50 for a 4K. Even if I watch it one time, there's more than renting it for a 4K disc and a slip. Same with the next thing. Now this one I have genuine interest in. I've never seen it, which based on the cast is a little surprising, but not much. James McAvoy, Charlize Theron. It looks like John Goodman. Atomic Blonde. James McAvoy, Charlize Theron. Again, there's the 4K. That's a Family Video sticker. So is that. So these are coming off. I'll probably put them on. I'll put them on something. Maybe, I had... Oh, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. So, one of the cool things, because obviously they're going out of business, there's no need to recycle these, is they gave me their actual rental case. So maybe I'll sticker this up and put it somewhere. I have another one right there, actually, from the first Family Video sale I went to. But that one's the orange one for 4K. Clear was DVD, orange for 4K, blue for Blu-ray. So, anyway. Love the stickerage. And this is an awesome slip. Again, $250 on 4K. The next item, I spent $250 on just because I wanted the slip. I already own this. If I get anything out of it, oh well. I just wanted the slip because I don't have it, and it's fantastic. Really enjoyed this movie. I watched this back when MoviePass was a thing. and I didn't even expect to like it. It was actually my wife's suggestion, and I really enjoyed it. Hostels. And like I said, I bought it just for the slipcover. Be getting rid of the inside because I already own it. But look at that. I'm sure they would have given me the slipcover and just asked me to put the sticker on the other one, but it was $250. I mean, not a huge deal. Next up, I've actually purchased, again, in those vlogs, I purchased the Blu-ray of this way back when, and the 4K. So this item, neither copy, the Blu-ray or the DVD, if you bought them brand new from the store, came with the digital code. The Blu-ray came with InstaWatch through Walmart, but my Walmart never had the Blu-ray copy. It's always very expensive on the streaming, on Vudu to purchase. So I bought the Blu-ray. Now I've purchased the 4K. I'm just going to slip the Blu-ray in there. This movie, I think this is an underrated movie. My wife doesn't like it. I enjoyed this movie. I can't wait to rewatch it, especially now that I own it in 4K. Hotel Artemis. Like I said, I got the Blu-ray. I'm just going to pop it in there. Pop it right in there, ski. Because I bought the Blu-ray. Probably bought this exact Blu-ray disc, back a year ago. But, again, there's Sterling Brown. Am I right? Yep. Sophia Boutella, who also was in Atomic Blonde. She is right there. I think I know her as... No, she's not Electra. Batista, Charlie Day. The film was, or the cast was awesome. It's a very different film. Who's behind? Is it Jeff Goldblum? Who's behind the sticker? Is it Jodie Foster? Yeah, Jodie Foster. So, pretty cool. Gonna just drop my 4K or my Blu-ray in there and do whatever I want with the case. The next thing. So recently the sequel came out to this in book form. They've published whatever, that they're working on the sequel movie. I own this digitally. I've since watched The Shining, so I can appreciate one scene in this more. Same with the, just a lot. I was talking about this movie so much the week before I bought this that as soon as I saw it for this price, I jumped on it. It's a shame that some of these are only the 4K because now I have to get the Blu-ray disc because that's how I am. But it came with the awesome slip for $2.99. Ready Player One. So Ready Player 2 came out like the week before Christmas. I was talking about that. Then they greenlit Ready Player 2 for a movie, and my wife and I were talking about like this was better than we remember. And I want to watch the Shining scene now that I've seen this I want to watch the Shining scene in this again now that I've seen the Shining over last year. And I just watched Back to the Future again within the last 3 months. I don't know when this will air. So it made me appreciate that scene more. The Iron Giant, I grew up with the Iron Giant. So for $2.99, actually it was $2.50 because I bought several of these. Now I just need to get a copy of just the Blu-ray, which some people sell just the Blu-rays on eBay, and they're usually not too bad. $2-3 bucks. That means I got the 4K slip. I already had the code and the 4K disc, all for $5. I'm cool with that. That's fantastic. Ready Player One. And the last item, not the last item, because you also got, I don't know if you guys have ever seen these. Some of you who don't have the video will never know that they had these like pamphlets. So I grabbed the very last ever pamphlet they had. But it shows... No, I lied. This is December. I don't know if they got a January one. I don't know. But either way, they used to show you what movies, and back in the day... Oh, right here. What video games would come out. And they'd always have these like a month early, or a week early. So they'd get these the last week. So this is December. They'd get these the last week of November. It was cool because as someone who would buy physical media or look forward to renting stuff, you could see what was coming out. And I always would look for smaller stuff that I knew had either a wrestler in it, or I'd look to see if like every once in a while WrestleMania would pop up in these, and someone who was a wrestling mark and just a goofball. I guess my wife likes to call me a nerd. It was just something cool. Like, you could see wrestling physical media, and I used to get these a lot when I was older to know, like, oh, hey, the wife and I can watch this weekend because it comes out. And then I realized Blu-ray.com was a thing, and, you know, smartphones, and the reason it died. So I did manage to grab one of these. And I almost bought, if you've ever into a family video, they have the new releases, like foam letterings. He was going to give me all of them in the store for $10. He went to pluck one off the wall, and I realized just how big the small ones are. There was the huge ones in the backpack, There are small ones, and even the small ones were like, they were bigger than my hands. I only have 2XL hands. You know, this is a big sign. And I don't think my wife would have let that one go, so I didn't buy it, especially because there was 5 or 6 of them, so I just passed on that. I don't think I'm going to miss them. I did get the TV show, which if you haven't, you should, my TV show collection video. It has the sign I grabbed from the prior Family Video sale. But without further ado, the last thing I bought, which is awesomely timed because I'm rewatching the Pixar movies anyway, and it's one of my favorites. This is way up there. I loved the first time I watched this. I loved the ending. Really got to me, especially if you know anything personally about myself, my relationship with some family members and my brother, which is what this is about. It's Onward, by the way. Onward for $5.99. Man, super great film. Super feels towards the end. Just doing fantastic. It says 4K, Ultra HD, digital code. You know that's not the case, but it does have the Disney Pixar bonus disc and the 4K now, so I just need one. Of the 3 discs, I'm missing one. I have the code because a lovely fan, I believe it's Strum Dog, gave me the Blu-ray code, so that was fantastic. Didn't come with a slip, so I'm missing one piece of this. So for $5.99, pretty awesome. Right in time for my rewatch. Very excited to check this out on 4K. First time I watched it was Disney Plus, like 90% of everyone else. So Onward there on 4K, fantastic movie. So yeah, that's everything. Oh, and then the rental case. So if you've never been, some of you maybe have never been to a Family Video. They have this opens up all the time, even if you're in the store, and they have looks like a bingo chip, and it goes on the disc on top, and then the disc, and then this. And what it does is it's magnetic. So if you try to pull it, it won't come off. And if you try to leave without renting it, this would go off, the security device. But all they do is run a magnet strip over it, and it pops off. So, if you didn't know, I think most rental stores are the same. Just the magnet, you know. Maybe they assume people don't have magnets on their keychain. Maybe they don't care. They just have to act secure. I don't know. But, yeah, let's get this bread. Show you this haul. So, we have Onward on 4K. Let's go a little further in. Ooh, I say that and I spill shit. Oh, and I grabbed stuff for some friends too, so don't worry. You'll be seeing plenty of Family Video stuff in the future. Onward, Ready Player One, Hotel Artemis, Hostels, Atomic Blonde, Night School, and The Hitman's Bodyguard. I believe they're making a sequel to that one, which is kind of cool. I think it's The Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife. Either way, all on 4K, just this top stack. The Criterion Blu-ray release of The Marriage Story, or just Marriage Story, Irresistible, Marshall, those three on Blu-ray. The DVD releases of the Chris Farley SNL Collection, UFC 73, 174. You got Brown, Dillashaw, and Johnson and Bahagatinoff, and the Ronda Rousey UFC DVD. So it's kind of cool the UFC DVDs lined up. Bahagatinoff, am I right? Johnson versus Bahagatinoff? Yep, I was right. Bahagatinoff. Ali Bahagatinoff. I don't think fights anymore, at least not in America. Anyway, that's the haul from both trips to Family Video, at least my stuff, my half. So thank you guys so much for watching. You stuck with me for almost a half hour. I very much appreciate it. Some ramblings about Family Video, but really just a love note to Family Video, and I don't know, a send-off, a farewell to Family Video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have a local Family Video, check them out. By the time this airs, I'm sure they'll be all gone, and it's a shame. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out all my stuff in the description. I mentioned the podcast links. That was the word. I mentioned the podcast host, Mr. Crazy Joe, Mega Podtastic. Instagram, Twitter. I'm losing my voice. Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, TV Time, Blu-ray.com, and eBay. All in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Hey, have you liked yet? Have you subscribed yet? Go ahead and smash that notification bell. And also check out this additional video that you may or may not enjoy. This additional playlist that you'll probably enjoy. It contains this video. And also, go ahead and show that subscribe button some love. I would highly appreciate it.